Oh boy. Welcome back, guys. It is Monday. Morning, good evening, and so on. I heard college was starting today. So, people are going to college. Hope you enjoy your first day. But, we're back in the shop. We are currently going to showcase, rips on Starline. R34 I found. I also still have the story car, and there's a Flamo drag car mod in the workshop. Now, those of you guys that are a little behind the curve, I noticed Diesel Designs was just now showcasing the Evo Lancer. Workshop's been open since before the weekend, at least as far as I know. I can access it from the community or from the actual Steam page for my library as early as Friday. So, workshop's up. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Guys out there have been putting in a lot of work. I got to give credit to all of them. Last I checked, I believe there was 3 pages. I looked at it like yesterday. But those guys have been putting in the work. Definitely good. Also, we are on version 1.0. 0.6. So there was a patch today. If you're loading up a game early today and you didn't get a Steam update beforehand, you might have a short download. Definitely something just to pay attention to. Looks like they did a couple hot fixes, repositioned some parts, fixed a few errors here and there. They're going to be doing that for a while. But where are we at? Well, we got this big, nice purple Starline sitting out here, right? So I picked this up, and I believe it was a barn. I said we were going to do the Starline and the Sakura. I haven't found a good Supa yet, but I did find the Starline. So I picked this up in a barn. It was already midnight purple. I was very stoked about it. So I gave it a little bath and whatnot. Cleaned it up. Haven't done too much else with it. I did, however, deal with the engine. Now, I have to redo the engine because obviously save games and stuff are a little buggy, so my nice turbo engine I had already started working on, we're going to have to start from scratch. But that's not necessarily a big deal. I believe the old engine is out of here. It's gone. We do still have the story mode car sitting over there. It's a really nice looking car, by the way. As somebody that used to own a car like that, yeah, those things are great. But we got the Starline here. It's midnight purple. We kind of fixed a few things on it. Most of this stuff's pretty much stock, but we did kind of put it back together. We have nice suspension stuff, but we come out here, gorgeous Skyline 2000 from the mod shop. You guys didn't see this in my previous video. This thing is, yeah, this thing is gorgeous, and it actually is pretty accurate too. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. Flamo drag car. So I just went over to Junkyard while I was waiting for everything to stabilize for the stream, and picked this up. Now, as you can see, this little car should not have that big engine in it. So mod shop guys managed to get the engine swap taken care of. So this thing's actually pretty cool. Now, this is what it's supposed to look like normally. Usually it's like an i4 or something like that. It's nothing special. This one, on the other hand, yeah, 500 horsepower overhead valve freaking supercharged engine. This thing's going to be dumb. Probably not going to be able to freaking do much traction or whatnot on it, but you know what? That's okay. Now, this one I do want to move over into the car wash. I'm going to deal with this because I don't like working on the dirty car. And it looks like, from what I can see here in the liveries, the guy had a race car livery on it. So, good on you for that. Now, there is a bunch of liveries. Actually, there's liveries for the mod cars now. I do believe I've seen a bunch of anime ones in there. So, you guys are checking out the mod shop this morning, looking for something to do. Maybe you're just looking for a paint job. Maybe you're just looking for, you know, this or that. Now, I probably will still do a full 3-star car. I know, I've been saying it for a while. It's on record. I've been saying we were going to do it for quite a few episodes here. I know a few of the other streamers that are behind the curve on the mods being open and YouTubers they're really behind the curve on the mods being open, but they're sure all up in there to, you know, take that 3-star car idea and run with it. So, no big deal. We'll get to it. You know, we'll pick something a little better than a freaking, you know, Salem GT 500 fastback or, you know, a cheap car to do it with. We'll find something expensive, maybe after a DLC or two. Something just stupid. I actually might do a Lamborghini in it just because it's just insane. But, anyways, while we're here, we'll move the Flamo back out front because I don't really want to deal with it right now. I want to get the Starline done. So, where are we on the Starline? Obviously, we've got a bunch of stuff fixed. Interior's 100%, frames not great, but body parts are a little low. We actually got it mostly complete, too. That's the other thing. But this car's, yeah, this is a money pit. I'm not sure exactly where we are, due to the fact that I just had a major reset on stuff when the patch came out, so kind of lost the engine and stuff. But I actually had the engine most of the way done, but we'll get this the rest of the way apart. We'll throw a welder on it because it thinks it needs it, even though I've had a save game with this car already welded and all pretty and everything else a while ago. And I'm pretty sure it's already all welded anyways. But we'll see if we can do anything with it. Something maybe a little buggy. There really shouldn't be any reason to weld this car again, but you know. I went ahead and did a bunch of work on this thing back. Obviously, you can see the hoists on here. I took the engine and stuff out, did a bunch of other stuff, but yeah, I don't exactly know what happened with that, so we're just gonna like forget it exists and see what we got. Yeah, necessary parts. Inventory is basically empty for parts, but you can see it saved the throttle body and stuff, and I was actually up to that point, so we're gonna have to buy all the parts over again. All the pistons, all that stuff, yada yada yada. So no big deal. It's frustrating because that engine was almost done, but whatever. We had a bug. We'll deal with it. Now, a couple things. We'll have to probably get, you know, glass and stuff. I'm probably not going to do too much with the stock body panels. We'll probably go, you know, a little more GTR performance look to it. Get it all kitted out and whatnot, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do a sleeper and just make it look completely factory and, you know, lame, and then put that big turbo engine in there, and that'll be the way it is. But we'll get the parts fixed that we got anyways, because why not? Well, there's achievements and stuff for that. But first thing we need then, if that's the case, is we need the engine. Now, if you notice here, this is the engine that came out of the car, the BU2. So we want the T-type because the T-type is the one that is the turbo engine. There's slight differences in the block, I guess. I am not exactly sure, but we're going to have to buy a boatload of parts. This first build's going to take a lot longer than I wanted it to because, well, it just is. Yeah, we're going to have to rebuy all the alternator stuff, oil filter. I mean, I had all this stuff done. Power steering pump, the water pump. Yeah. We had it all done. Unfortunately, it's not done anymore. No sense crying over spilt milk. Let's just get it done. So, where do we start? We need an alternator. Yada yada. Now, I do believe I can be a little more frugal with my purchases this time. I kind of have an idea what we need. So I already have the throttle body. No big deal there. We'll grab the engine head. Oh. Exhaust manifold. Flywheel. Can't believe I missed the clutch. Yeah, see, I already had all this stuff together, so we're just kind of playing catch up here. Fuel filter, obviously. Rail. I don't remember on the distributor on this one. I really don't. I was kind of not paying attention. But whatever. We need 6 of these. Now on this car, the turbo car, for whatever reason, you don't have an intake manifold. I don't know why. You'd think a turbo car would have a performance intake, but it doesn't. So whatever. I believe it's the i4 power steering pump. Not entirely sure. I said I wasn't really paying attention too much to a lot of that stuff. Kind of was just piecemealing this together the other night while I was bored. I was actually thinking about just finishing it and then not doing it on stream, but here we are. I never got it finished. I figured, well, we can do it. Why not? I said I was going to do it. And our stream's already having a grab the water pump for this car. Now I'm working on this on the side of the car because it's just having it on the side's not necessarily a bad thing. Kind of see both sides, front and back, top, bottom. It's not bad. Flipping the engine over a complete 180 just for the sake of the heads and stuff, yeah, it's nice, but it's unnecessary. We'll just put it like this and call it good. Yeah, see, I had all the cams and stuff, they all repaired, and now they're no good, so yeah, we lost a lot of parts when that glitch happened. So, something to be noteworthy if you're updating a patch or whatever, you know, and you got the different, you know, points out, and you got a job working on it, be kind of careful when you load back in. I could reload the game and see if it brings my engine back, but we're already here, so we're just going to keep going with it. There it is. Big, beautiful turbo. That turbo is insane. Huh. Water pump on here. Alternator. Is that i4? Yeah, it is. Okay. I thought it was. Gotta have high-powered power steering for a high-powered car. You know. Earl filter in here. Alright. Yeah, I actually think I was working on this water pump fully, so. Alright, rod caps. Camshaft bearing. 1, 2. Huh, 5 and 6. Look at that. Interesting. 11 parts go into the bottom of this engine. Keeps 5 of those. Rod caps. Rod caps. Where did I put the rod caps? Now, we managed to get up to level 27, I believe, over the last stream or so. So, I'm hoping today's stream we actually get up to level 30. I think we're pretty close. We should hit 28 pretty easily, and I know 29 is going to be about 1,900 points, but I think we can get through it. At least get close. Alright. This back on here. Yeah, we're almost back to the point where I had the car or the engine on this thing before we lost the data, but you know, I digress. Yeah, I already even have the camshaft bearing caps in there. Alright. Grab an alternator. Get out there. Alright, so we need an intake manifold, we need a water pump pulley. Probably pretty close to the water pump pulley, actually. Like timing chains, stuff like that. Bunch of the rollers. Guarantee we're in at least 2 of those and at least 2 of those, so. I kind of was pre-prep buying stuff as I seen it, but. Get the turbo on. Intake manifold. Alright, the throttle on this i6 dual overhead cam VU2T. I believe this actually has a throttle in here, but I know there's some weird parts it didn't have. Like, yes, it was like on this one, yes, on this one, no. So, it does have throttle. Get this all nice and stupid. We don't do safe and sane cars around here. Alright. Now, these cams, I'm almost positive we don't have a cam. Yeah, I didn't see a cam. Which sucks. Gotta put stock cams in it, but, you know. I think there's 14 caps. It was, like, weird. Probably need a belt tensioner for it as well. Engine head cover A, engine head cover B. You know. Important stuff. I just think I had just put the cams in this thing when we had gotten it together for the last stream thing, and I had everything prepped. I had just gotten to like this point. So I knew there's 14 in there. Yeah, because I saw the stock 12. Oh, minor resets, whatever. Oh boy. Gorgeous red parts. Plethora of tiny camshaft caps. This would have been a great car to candidate for those plates that just lay over the cams, but this car is basically designed to exist. This engine was designed to exist in like the late 80s, so it hadn't really changed that much by the time it went to the R34. So I can understand it, you know. And this isn't even a twin turbo motor, so yeah, this style engine kind of was nice. It looks a little older design, that's why it's been used across multiple platforms. If you do something right, you don't need to be innovative, right? Actually, looking at all the transmission and other issues that the current R35s have with, you know, their little hubba-blues here and there, and weird little valve problems and whatnot. It's not actually a good thing to innovate all the time. Belts. Now, yeah, I could be painting parts and doing all that fancy hubba-blue, but I don't know. I kind of like the idea of it being a sleeper. I mean, I would probably take this top cover off completely. If it was me personally and I was building this engine, I'd just get rid of the timing cover. I don't see a point to it, at least to the top. You get the timing gears where you can see them. So we're spending money. Whatever. I actually think it left my money the same after that whole debacle with the loss of item. Lost the engine bill, but it was sure all about freaking making sure that the money I spent was still separated from my account, which is fine. We're dummy rich. We can always do another restoration, and we'll probably sell this anyway, so. You know, mechanic shop with $500,000 in the bank is a little crazy anyways. So, and this doesn't take long. Install the engine in the car. Get out of here. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, I actually hadn't gotten to a lot of this stuff. A lot of these covers and stuff weren't taken out. I had a lot of this stuff out before, I think, but you know, whatever. You are shot. But while we rip this apart, still looking for ideas on a few things. 3-star cars, you know. What do you guys want to see? Oh boy. Yeah, we're going to have to disassemble the suspension. Now, a lot of this should already be taken care of, but... Yeah, you can tell a lot of this was already disassembled because I kind of started on it. But nevertheless, we did get this out of a barn, so we're still going to have rusty parts. I haven't quite graduated to the pimp status of buying cars in the car salon just to rip them apart yet. Kind of doesn't really appeal to me, honestly. Yeah, if I'm really desperate to find a specific car and I can manipulate it into slot 4 in the car shop to make that happen for everybody, then I'll be glad to do it, but overall, I just hadn't gotten to that point where I thought it was necessary. There's still a lot of cars in the game even I haven't done, but, you know, these things happen. We'll get to them all eventually, or they'll pop up as a repair order. I'm not terribly worried about it. Get that stuff out of there. So, I found that for parts sanity, working in phases versus completely gutting out the car and then trying to put it all back together at the same time seems to work a little better. I mean, old habits die hard. I'll probably still end up doing some, you know, complete rip-outs, but whatever. Looks like we got about 3 people watching today. Nice. Alright, get the spring out of here. Yeah, we'll rip all this nonsense apart. See what we can fix. Doubt there'll be much. That out of the way. Yeah, it's interesting because, like, the fuel tank's already in the way. Huh. What a weird way to glitch. Oh well, we'll get the ripsaw done. I knew the bolt was rusty and I right-clicked before it was actually zoomed in on the actual part. That was my bad. Sorry, guys. Keep opening the menu because I'm literally predicting the next move. Speaking of real-life car repairs, though, and predicting your next move, took a look at a spark plug job on a Ford 5.4 liter Triton V8 this weekend. Yeah. That's going to be a challenge. They really made it so that you couldn't do basic car maintenance on those cars, let me tell you. You get one of those old Ford pickup trucks, you got to take a bunch of parts off them that are completely unnecessary to remove just to get to the spark plugs and the coils. It's weird. But got the parts on order, just got to get it, you know, to the point where it makes sense to finish taking it all apart, and then I'll probably tear it down and get everything replaced and put it back together. But yeah, that's one thing. I don't understand why basic car maintenance stuff that you have to do all the time would be, you know, conformed to dealership level of repair shop. And a lot of that stuff, you know, your basic, you know, side of the road Meineke is probably not going to be too terribly keen on, you know, taking out your power steering pump and your throttle linkage and, you know, half your AC lines just to be able to change 2 spark plugs. And for that matter, they're probably not going to do a damn good job of it if they actually do. Might end up with loose, untightened spark plugs. Hell, most basic tune-ups only take about, I don't know, 30 to 45 minutes. I was looking at that job and I was like, this is going to take like 30 to 45 days. No, it won't be that bad. But it's still like a, you know, good few hours. I mean, I got 4 or 5 of the plugs out of the 8. I got them at least started, and I was working on the car for almost 2 hours. So, doing some inspections, trying to find some broken parts. There were some other issues that hadn't looked at spark plugs anyways, so while I was doing my inspections, I was taking the plugs out and checking them, and yeah, the plugs were just hot garbage. But, anyways, it was one of those things we were taking a look at here and there, and yeah, definitely a challenge. Not exactly sure why they thought it was a good idea to have to remove the entire freaking top end of the car just to change spark plugs, but, you know, whatever. Actually, one of them, I might have to take the fuel rail out of the car. I'm really not looking forward to that, but to get to where I need to get the bolt back in, once I put the coil back on, I may have to. And that's not really that fun, especially being on, you know, driver's side of the car. Should be fairly simple. Alright. But brake lays done. Parts are done. We are back to reassembly. It's supposed to be taking a while. Alright, now it's the fun part. We're gonna have to start buying parts. Oh, that's gonna suck. Yeah. Screwed that up. Back here. There we go. At least the front wheel hubs themselves were pretty decent. Bearings. Caps we prep for. Brake discs. Well, big deal. We didn't prep for pads or anything, but it's fine. Right now, more about just getting the parts in that we need, you know. Yeah, we got a lot of suspension we got to deal with. So, let's get everything mounted and rubber bushings in where we can. And then we'll figure out the parts list on what we actually need. Wow, that was a short-lived fun project. I think we could put the gearbox in. I'm going to go stock again. I'm not going to go crazy. I don't see any reason to. Okay. Now it's getting ridiculous. Starter, please. I don't think we'll need a pump. We'll grab a battery just because. Alright. So, we need a front knuckle A, we need a bunch of other stuff. A couple of these. Where I already bought them and assembled them, but whatever, I was probably prepping for something else. Front sway bar. Knuckle A. Just stuff we know we need. Probably the inner tie rods because I don't get grabbed them. Rear springs, rear caps, yada yada. Not sure what sway bar end lengths we're going to need, and I know we need lower suspension arms. Alright, see if we can start with that and see where we're at. I know he didn't do the steering at. Oh, he didn't do the steering thing. The steering rack. Yeah, kind of hard to put the sway bars in. We don't have the steering rack. Could be a little bit difficult. Oh, we're dangerously getting close to that under 500,000 range again. Oh, we'll get it fixed. Do not have a brake rotor. What? Really? Okay. I guess one was unfixable, or we didn't pull it off the thing. Whatever. And that's pads, which is fine. Back here, put this together. This is our last rubber bushing, I think. Yeah. Actually, just double check that, because if we're getting down to the tail end, I might have had one or two that were like 80%. So now we're okay. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna have to buy rubber bushings. Wow. Been a while. So, while we're here, then we're going to need rubber bushings. Get us 10 more. Now we need at least 4 in the back, probably quite a few more than that. So, alright. That's basically assembled. Alright, we'll go over here. We will join these. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I already did this, but I don't know what exactly broke and what's still in the inventory, and we're still going to need them anyways, even if we have an extra set. So, not stressing over it too much. Look directly into the sun. You know, the good stuff. Grab our end links. So in the brake parts, we're pretty much done on this side. So I think we just get the brake parts now. Not sure if we even have the cylinders or anything, but we'll look. Yeah, get a couple of them. Okay. Yep, that's a wheel. Alright. Getting there. Suspension back in and this side prep for a wheel. Nice. Alright, back here. Rear knuckle housing. A. We're gonna need one. Just get down here and grab it. Wheel hub 3, we'll need one of those. Not wheel hub 2. I don't even know what wheel hub 2 goes to. Probably drum brake with a 3-point all-wheel drive car of some sort. Oh. Look, we'll need another caliper cylinder. Nice. Alright. Rear cross member in. We didn't grab any small rubber bushings. I only need 2. Not sure exactly how many we need, but I don't think it's very many. Alright. Rear drive axles in. Those are gone, so. Upper suspension arms are toast. Of course they are. Rear suspension is going to be a pain to freaking put back together. Let's not get distracted. Let's get just right in here. Alright, rear upper suspension arm. Rear suspension arm B. A small rubber bushing right there. Shock absorber A's. Yeah, you got a few things. 6 more of those. Probably going to need sway bar end links, so let's just take care of that now. I think it's just these, so we'll just get rid of rear drive axles, we should be fine. Alright, see if we can put this together now. May not have enough rubber bushings. Yeah. Still not grab the shock absorber. There. I was in the right section, I just wasn't paying attention. Alright. Sway bar B, rear suspension arm. Okay, so we got 2 of these. That one should be everything we need to make a car. Length. And a rubber bushing. Alright, that side's done. We do not have a drive shaft on this car either. I knew there's parts of my inventory that got deleted. I know there is. Because we had a lot of these parts. Hell, a lot of them were done. Last rubber bushing. I actually think it's the last one we need too, so we calculated that right. Boy, next set. Now, see, I never understood. Now, maybe it's just me. Even dealing with show cars and stuff, where you actually drove them over mirrors, never understood painting up a bunch of the suspension parts if you weren't going to see them. Especially for something that was going to be likely daily driven. Seems just like a waste of time and a waste of money. Brake discs, okay, fine. You know, calipers, whatever. You might see them through the rim, it makes sense. But for the most part, yeah, no, I never see the point. Alright. Drive chain, drive shaft, yaddy yaddy. Okay, exhaust sections. Front exhaust section A for an i6 dual overhead cam V2. Now let's look at a performance shop to see if they have that, because they have a lot of front exhaust sections. No, does not look like it. It's one of the rare ones that doesn't have it, and I keep hitting the back button. Oh, I got it. i6 L24. That's the B. That's the. Ooh. That is the right one. No. Need to look. Go to the shopping list, make sure I get the right one. Alright. Yeah, there's a T1 as well, which would make sense on a turbo car. But for whatever reason. So what else we got? Catalytic converter, rear middle muffler, an exhaust pipe, and a rear muffler V8. Okay, so I know catalytic converter, exhaust pipe, middle muffler, and rear muffler V8. All those performance parts. Okay, good. I knew the cat in the middle muffler was. I was pretty sure about the exhaust pipe. It was the actual secondary rear muffler. Now, once again, why are we putting two mufflers on these cars? This should not be here. If this is here, this is not. Okay? So, Playway, pay attention. This should not be like this. This is so much back pressure, these engines are never going to produce any power. Anyway. Now. Alright, we're going to go to the rim shop. Buy wheels. But first, go to the tuning shop. Check out the Starline. Yeah, I actually like those better. Spoiler on there. Bumper B. Ooh, black and purple. Nice. Pretty. Here. Fender. Hood. That was the stock one. You know how I know it's the stock one? It's purple. Stop it. B bumper, please. Yeah. Okay. Now that debacle's all taken care of. So I think front window, rear window, and then yeah. Need some glass, basically. I think it's the only thing we needed out of there was just glass. Well, it worked out nicely. Ooh, I can see the engine through the freaking hood. Fancy. Fancy stuff. Okay, as for under here. Take base, one air filter, fuse box base, radiator A, battery, servo, tuning shop, air filter. Okay. Hey, let's get some of them 100-mile-an-hour performance clips on there. 3 C's, 2 A's, 3 B's. Three, 3, 1. Yeah, I didn't think we needed to read back again because I had it in my head and it was all in order. It was a beautiful thing. This one. Wow. I mean, it makes sense, but whatever. Okay, a radiator. Yeah, I had all these parts bought. Whatever. Coolant check. guess there's no timing set on this car. Well, I guess there is, but there isn't. So it's kind of interesting how this works. So there is a timing set because there is a timing belt. That's what that serpentine belt is. But it's not, you know, blatantly obvious. I could fix that, but we're here. We're almost done. What's a couple bucks? What's $2,000 between friends, right? Probably nothing. Let's get her all oiled up. Get all the lube in. Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with turbo sets, so having exposed piping is fine. But I really see it as a missed opportunity, because those are pretty much the intercooler pipes. Could have done an intercooler on this. Alright. Once again, we can't see the power steering reservoir because we're incapable of moving. Okay, fluids are done. So, going with a Rim Classic 11, I have no idea on the tire size, so we'll go with that. Kind of the mind, if I could add actual, like, Nissan GTR rims for this, then I'd just put the GTR rims on it, but these would be great, but I'd have to paint them. So, that's why I don't want to use those. Trying to look for something I've seen on a Skyline. Rim Classic 11's pretty close, but it's really not. So I'm trying to see if I can find something that actually looks like it belongs on a Skyline. The 15s would look good on an RX-7, but not Skyline. Yeah, like 17 here. This is something you'd probably see on the Skyline. I like this. These are the GTR rims. Right here. These are the new Nissan rims. So let's just go 4 of these. 18s. Put GTR rims on it. Shopping list says we need 245 40 18s. And I think we can go with sport tires. Okay. Throw these on and put it back on the car, and I think we'll be paint and done. Now, an afterthought occurs to me, we could have painted these black if I hadn't put the tires on them right away. But, yeah. That didn't happen, so eventually we'll figure out, you know, custom painted parts. I just don't like the fact that I have an entire side area next to my paint booth with all kinds of, like, paint shop stuff, and I can't individually paint the parts, you know, piece by piece when they're on the model. That's probably just my hang-up. Well, I have to align it anyway, so if I didn't torque it down right, whatever. Technically, you should re-torque down your rims after tire change. After like 100 miles, you should go have them checked because they might back off slightly. But I always do that stuff myself. Alright. Move it over to the test path. We'll get pretty stuff done. I actually really do like the blackout hoods, but I think it's just personal preference. Ah, forgot something. Ooh, China plates. Look at that. Well, that plate's just ridiculous. Prince Edward Island's kind of cool. It looks like a, I don't know, banknote of some sort. It's like their money looks the same as their license plates. Where do I want to do this one at, though? Yeah, let's do a Kentucky plate. That looks fun. They got a little Kentucky Derby horse on them and stuff. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, that looks completely legitimate for this kind of car. Alright. Now, the other thing is the Starline is actually a left-hand drive car, the more American and some places in Europe type car. This conversion from right-hand drive to left-hand drive actually messed up the power steering in these cars, in the actual Skylines. That's kind of why they didn't do it. Was just such a pain in the ass. There was a few places that did it, but yeah, the fuel tank's still a question mark. That's gonna hurt me, and I gotta take care of this interior. Alright. What the heck is going on here? Hold on, please. Take the car back over to the lift. Let's take the fuel tank out and check it. Probably not going to be 100%, but it looked good, so I didn't worry about it. But for sake of argument. Oh, it was 58%. Wow. yeah, let's just forget I didn't do that. Move on. That didn't happen. All right. What's 101? The icons move around a little bit on the thing. At least I think they do. Alright, so the factory color is Midnight Purple. I'm okay with that. I actually like this car, Midnight Purple. It's one of the few purple cars that actually looks amazing in purple. So, oh, they did fix the orbit camera thing with the instructions. That's nice. Said they fixed a bunch of the parts changing color when mounting them issues when you're painting custom parts as well, so. But yeah, you can make this thing any color you want. This is blue. That's the blue. I actually think it's... No, it's that blue. Oh god. Back in black. Probably didn't see too many red ones out there. You've probably seen a lot of white ones in Japan. Obviously dark green colors, purple. You know, colors like that. Just a little bit better purple, but... Yeah, I don't think you've seen a lot of, yeah, move the dyno. You know, like red skylines running around. I'm sure there's a few of them, but not many. So let's say we had 293 horsepower factory. I'm thinking around 400 or 500. Hopefully we're around 400 or 500. Yeah. Now, I didn't hear a blow-off valve. So, that's... They were getting turbo sounds on cars that didn't have turbos, and now they got cars that have turbos that don't have turbo sounds, so... Really got a soft spot for steering wheel 8. I think it belongs in a lot of cars. Could be just me, though. Alright, put these seats back in here. Yes! That's better. Okay. That's the kind of interior I want to look at when I get into a car like this. Alrighty. Taking out speed track. It's probably not going to be very fast, but whatever. This is more restoration just to sell anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll probably see something stupid with that Flamo or later. Gets that one taken care of. There's the turbo. Might need bigger brakes on this thing. Oh. But 154 miles an hour without a transmission tune. It was actually geared really low, or really quick, so it looked like it was set up for drags anyways. Now, it would be nice to have a drag track so we could actually get quarter mile times on these. Not eighth mile, quarter mile. Most cars don't even come into power at the 8th mile. Or they're just starting. Alright, well, I need 80 grand, and there's 80 grand. Gone. Almost 600K. Making some money. So, sorry. Having the 1970s GT, I don't really need the rips on. Alright, so let's get the Flamo in. Do a mod car. Nice. Mod car. Now, really, the only thing that they did with this, they added a variant code and built it so you could have big engines. So, it's a little more complex than that, but that's just the basic gist of it. You know, they put the giant engine in a car that shouldn't have a giant engine. We're okay with this. The body panels off this thing. Garbage license plates. Ooh, wow. Hey, I think we just drive it like this. What do you think? No windows, just, you know, full out strip. Alright. I might be able to fix the rear bumper, but I don't see any reason to. Probably should sell a couple of these clutches, huh? I've got a bunch of them. I was keeping a few of these parts just because of, you know, reasons. Can't repair shocks anyways, so there's no point. Like, story mode cars would require them. But let's get these carbs out of here. Get this engine torn down, and we'll rebuild it back to something stupid. You can already see the fuel tank's completely garbage, so I have no idea what the unrealistic tire size is going to be for those rear tires, but I'm sure it's going to be pretty big. They're pretty wide. That's a pushrod engine, so it's going to be, you know, all kinds of fun. We might be able to repair a bunch of these. I'm not sure. I doubt it, but, you know, wishful thinking. Oh no, there's exhaust manifolds or something still hooked up. Cool. Gross stock spark plugs. Now, I am not a huge advocate for stock spark plugs. I'm not saying go full on, you know, $100 a piece type performance plugs, but seriously, it costs like $2 or $3 to put the extra